This is Lindsay Konzak, editor for Modern Distribution Management, and I am here talking to Harry Dochelli, COO of Lawson Products. How are you doing today, Harry?
I'm great, Lindsay.
Great. So your most recent earnings report showed positive growth with 2010 sales increase of 5%. What is driving growth for Lawson right now?
We've been really focusing on some key segments for us, mainly around the strategic and government segments, and both of those we had great success with in 2010, and so that's what's really pushed us forward. Although I would say the economic recovery also helped us in 2010, but specifically for us, it was really around strategic accounts and government.
Your profitability also has improved over the past couple of quarters. What are you doing to continue to be profitable in this environment?
I think we're doing a few things. One, we're really focusing on our supply chain efforts and trying to etch out more efficiency there while maintaining or actually enhancing the customer experience. And I think here as well at our headquarters location, I think all of our department heads have really been working hard. And this is really, when you come off of a year like 2009 when everybody's, really watched the numbers, I think our team has continued to do that and look for opportunities for improvement. And we've started to head down a path of lean throughout our organization, and that's starting to bear some results for us. And we're excited about what we're seeing initially with our efforts around lean, and I think that's also driving our profitability for us.
How long have you been implementing lean initiatives in the company?
Well, our journey started about 2 years ago. I would say we're still in the infancy stages of it, and I always call it a journey because you really don't get to an end state. You just keep improving as you move forward. And we started about 2 years ago, really as a philosophy of the company to improve on our processes, improve our quality of service, as well as take costs out of the operations. And our group has really embraced it well. Traditionally, it's always in the supply chain area of your organization. We've actually used it in our outbound call center, and we've gotten some good results in our outbound call center with lean. When the outbound call center did a little demonstration project in one of our town hall meetings where we bring the headquarters staff together, I think people were so accustomed to hearing about the warehouse with lean, they were a little shocked when we used it in the outbound call center, and people got real excited about it. And actually some of the other departments said, I'd like to learn a little bit more about lean and how I can get it going in my area.
Well, that's interesting. I think a lot of other distributors would be interested to hear that you've had success in some other areas with lean.
Lean is just a different way of looking at the old total quality initiative. So to me, it applies to anywhere in your business. It's not any different than the old TQ days back in the 80s, 90s.
What end markets are you guys seeing strength in right now?
One, manufacturing, and I think if you look at the ISM index, is really rebounded. And I think we are absolutely seeing that with our customer base. So broadline manufacturing has definitely come back for us. And the other area that we're seeing strength in is the oil and gas and energy segment. We're seeing really good positive results there. And as I said earlier, our government segment has been really growing for us significantly. We've seen a growth in our Kent, our automotive segment, which is focused on auto body and collision shops. I know the automotive market has rebounded, so people are buying new cars again, but there's still a fair amount of used cars in the marketplace. And I think if people are keeping cars longer, they tend to repair them more often, and I think we're seeing that impact, as well as I just think we're executing much better in that business segment, and we're taking market share from our competitors.
Are there some end markets that are still seeing some weakness from the recession?
Yeah, we're probably no different than a lot of other industrial distributors. Construction is still not really coming back for us. We've seen a moderate pickup from 2009, but it's nowhere near what it was running at. And that's really the only one. I think most of the other markets are up for us, but construction is still just not where it was.
Are you mainly focused on non-residential or residential or a mix?
It's a mix. We've got a pretty broad base of customers, but I would say that we were more in the non-residential segment more heavily than we were in the residential.
Finally, what three things keep you awake at night? In other words, what should be top of mind for distribution executives right now?
Well, one, I think, is the recovery that we're seeing in the economy real? Is that, every month that goes by, we're seeing a stronger recovery. But I think in all of our minds is, is that real, and is it going to continue? Two, the gas prices, starting to think about those, I'm sure that's going to have an impact on all of us and the economy. So does it have a negative impact on the economy? Does it have an impact on our supply chain? What's it going to cost us from a freight outbound and inbound standpoint? And I'm thinking about that a lot. And then finally, as manufacturing has rebounded, it's changed our lead times from our suppliers. We are primarily a domestic-based supplier, and we boast about that because our customers like having products made in the USA. So our supplier base is primarily North America, and they've seen the rebound in manufacturing, and our lead times have changed dramatically from where they were even a year ago. And so we're really thinking about our supply chain, and both all the way from the beginning all the way to the end customer, and how we have to adjust to the new lead times that we're seeing from our suppliers. It's good news for our suppliers. I think they would tell you they're excited about what's going on, but from my perspective, it changes the impact to my working capital, and most importantly, I don't want to change the experience to my customers. So we're thinking about that a lot.
Thank you, Harry, for joining us today for this segment.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks for the opportunity.